Hey everyone! In the history of League of Legends, there have been plenty of massive updates, but the story of this specific champion stands completely on its own. Many players still believe that Riot Games simply deleted the old hero from the game and replaced him with a completely different character, leaving nothing but his name. Today, we are talking about Aatrox. We will break down what he looked like at launch, why old mains still miss his original mechanics, the exact moment he became the most overloaded champion in the entire game, and how he feels in the modern day. Part 1. The birth of the Darkin and old-school gameplay. The original version of Aatrox was released back in 2013 during Season 3. On paper, it was an incredible concept. A dark visual design, the very first appearance of the mysterious Darkin race in the game, and an amazing voiceover.
Victory is forever.
To create his voice, the developers combined two audio tracks, regular speech and an eerie whisper, which gave the ancient demon a sense of deep, unsettling calm. In the old lore, Aatrox was an immortal warrior who appeared on battlefields to help the losing side, simply for the pure joy of battle. But in terms of gameplay, the old Aatrox was fundamentally different from what we see today. He was a classic auto-attacker, very similar in playstyle to Tryndamere or Jax. His passive ability filled up a blood well whenever he used his skills. At the same time, Aatrox paid for his abilities with his own health. If the bar was full and Aatrox died, he gained invulnerability and revived, restoring health based on the stored energy. The main feature of his kit was his W. A player could toggle the passive effect on every third auto attack. In the first mode, Aatrox healed himself, and that sustain increased if he dropped below 50% health. In the second mode, he dealt massive bonus damage, but sacrificed his own health to do so. His Q was basically a mini Malphite ultimate, letting him jump into a target area and knock up enemies. His E fired a slowing blade, and his ultimate provided massive attack speed and increased his attack range. Part 2. The Forgotten Champion and the sudden mini rework. Despite the cool concept, the old Aatrox turned out to be way too awkward to play. If you pressed all your buttons at the same time, you would literally kill yourself, losing a massive chunk of health before the fight even started. As a result, his popularity plummeted to a meager 2%. The developers essentially abandoned him. Between June 2015 and March 2017, the champion did not receive a single change. 2 years of complete obscurity. But in the spring of 2017, Riot finally decided to fix him. They did a mini rework, removed the punishing health costs for using his abilities, and tied the W healing to his missing health. His passive turned into a powerful combat steroid for attack damage. The champion finally started seeing play, his win rate went up, and players actually began to enjoy his gameplay. But the joy did not last long. Part 3. The Great Deletion and the Prime Overpowered Era. Just a few months after the old Aatrox was finally fixed, the developers did something that old-school players still cannot forgive. They completely wiped the old character from the game. In his place came an entirely new Aatrox. He transformed from a fast-paced auto-attacker into a slow, methodical caster whose gameplay closely resembled Riven. And upon release, this new Aatrox became the most broken, overloaded powerhouse the Summoner's Rift had ever seen. The developers packed absolutely everything into his kit. His new passive not only dealt damage and healed him, it also cut enemy shields and applied anti-healing. His new Q had 3 consecutive knockups. His E gave him 2 dash charges, making it incredibly easy to hit his skill shots. And it passively healed him off any damage dealt. The absolute cherry on top was his ultimate. It granted massive movement speed, attack damage, increased all incoming healing. And if Aatrox died while it was active, he was guaranteed to revive. This was his absolute prime. On the pro stage, Aatrox became an absolute nightmare. He won every single lane, jumped into 5 enemies alone, wiped them out with insane damage and constant healing. And even if they managed to take him down, he just stood right back up and kept slaying. He was banned in practically every single game at esports tournaments. Conclusion. Present day. Obviously, leaving a character in that state was impossible, so the consecutive nerfs started rolling in. First, they stripped the anti-healing and shield destruction from his passive. Then they removed the second dash charge on his E, making it significantly harder to hit his Q lineups. But the heaviest blow hit his ultimate. They completely and permanently removed the revive mechanic. The famous Darkin Revive, gone forever. So what is Aatrox right now? Today, he is a solid, balanced, and stable bruiser. He is no longer that insane, broken champion from 2018. Now, he is a champion who entirely depends on your personal mechanical skill and your ability to land skill shots precisely. But in the hands of a master, Aatrox is still fully capable of turning teamfights around on his own and delivering that amazing feeling of top lane dominance. His lore became much deeper, his personality wilder, and he firmly secured his rightful place in modern League of Legends. How do you feel about such a drastic rework? Do you miss the old auto-attacker with the Bloodwell? Or do you prefer the modern world Ender style? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. See you on the Rift.